if you want to make money, let's figure something else out. Gervonta Davis. It's like, who do you got? You guys need to fight guys on the same side.
When you see this fight, do you see like Tank just having his way with Jake? Like giving like no?
No, I'm telling you, this is what I tell Tank. Tank said it in the interview. I said, Tank, y'all going there doing y'all thing. And I said, he ain't giving you nothing.
Dana White didn't hold back when discussing the showdown between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis, calling the entire event absurd. He criticized the idea that Paul could face a fighter of Davis's caliber under what he repeatedly described as strange and unfair conditions. White argued that the rules were biased and made the matchup seem more like entertainment than a legitimate sporting contest.
Jake Paul versus Gervonta looks scared for his life because the rules are out. They're crazy. Oh, so everyone thought that the fight was at 190. So it's at 195. His weight difference is scaring the life out of the Tank.
Over 10 3-minute rounds.
The next dispute comes with the gloves. Little Tank produced the fight in an 8-ounce glove. Baby glove. This fight will be in 12. Oh, so Tank just fought in a 12 3-minute round fight with Roach. Yeah. And now he's fighting in 10 3-minute rounds. It's too bad. Position though, can he win? Yes, he can actually win. It will be overlooked by 3 sanctioned judges. He can actually still win and knock him out. But here's the trick. And there's a reason. That's because Tank said, look, this is a bit unfair. I don't want to punch up. I want to punch at my head high. Where does it fall? At Jake Paul's belly. So apparently we've heard of no knockdown rules. Oh yeah.
The confirmed rules for the Jake Paul vs. Gervonta Davis fight state that the bout will be an exhibition match, meaning neither fighter's professional record will be affected. The match will consist of 10 rounds lasting 3 minutes each, with both fighters required to weigh in at a maximum of 195 pounds. Each will wear 12-ounce gloves, which are heavier than the typical size for this level of competition. 3 officially approved judges will score the fight, and a winner will be declared if the contest goes the distance.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, there will be a victor. Because the fighters have agreed and the commission has approved a maximum weight of 195 pounds for this exhibition. The fight will be contested over 10 3-minute rounds. The fight is 195 pounds, Tank, as you know. The fight will be contested over 10 3-minute rounds. And when Tank and Jake enter the squared circle to go to battle, they will be wearing 12-ounce gloves. Sitting ringside will be 3 commission-approved world-class professional judges that will score every round to ensure there's a decisive outcome for the fight if it goes the distance. And both men are enrolled in the highest level of testing with USADA. So Tank, Jake, thank you for doing this. Thank you for giving boxing another massive moment, headlined by yourselves, featuring multiple world title fights.
Boxing insiders are expressing serious concern about the glove arrangements for the Jake Paul vs. Gervonta Davis fight. With Davis stepping far outside his usual weight class to face a much heavier opponent, his trainer, Calvin Ford, highlighted the gloves as a major issue. He noted that the fighters are set to wear 12-ounce gloves, which are significantly heavier than the ones Davis typically uses in his lightweight bouts.
Actually, when I heard about the fight, they called me and said, what you thought about the fight? I said, fight doable. You know what I'm saying? Because I've watched Tank for years, and I watched other young men in gyms, deal with the guy. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he's big. To me, it's like Jake having his first open fight. If anybody know about amateurs going open when you go pro. So, he's a very fighter guy, does have skills. You know what I'm saying? My only concern is, the gloves. You understand what I'm saying? Because we don't fight in 12-ounce gloves. We don't use 12-ounce gloves. That's training gloves. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's 2 pounds away from Jake. He fights in 10. Tank fighting 8s, so he loses 4 ounces. So my thing is, I said, if you put Tank in 8s, put him in 10s. that makes the fight more interesting. You know what I'm saying? And we'll go from there because I understand. I brought that question up to one of his hounds. They no, we don't want to do this, man. It's supposed to be exhibition. What? Now y'all want the wins and the loss. You know what I'm saying? All these restrictions, but you want to be great. Being great is really pushing the envelope. You know what I'm saying? Tank don't really care, So when I brought this up, it's dang, facts. You know what I'm saying? So, again, he can weigh the 10s and he weigh the 8s. Then we got to fight,
The weight, how's that going to work out? Like
190, 195. I thought it was going to be 190. So they gave him 5. So again, they keep giving. I ain't worrying about the weight. You know what I'm saying? We got to deal with it. We taking the fight. We signed the contract. We'll make it do what it did.
How much do you think he's going to weigh like the night of the fight? Like, yeah, and both. Like, is there anything in place where like Jake can't weigh more than like
on how he handling himself? You can't. Camp is the most important thing. So if you have a good camp, you're going to have a great fight. So my thing is just making sure the camp is good. We're doing all the necessary things, dealing with the weight, the gloves, and all that stuff.
Ford proposed that Davis be allowed to fight in his standard 8-ounce gloves, while Paul, competing at a much higher weight, should use 10-ounce gloves. He argued that this adjustment would create a fairer balance between the two fighters and help level the playing field.
Jake, I see y'all doing all this bet. I'm looking at the fight. This is a very serious fight. I'm a very serious person. My question to you is, with a 12-ounce glove, why y'all couldn't take 10? He had 8. Already giving up 4 ounces of the glove. I gotta say this. When y'all betting on this money, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, wait. You guys were the ones that wanted 12-ounce gloves, not me. I'll do 8. Fuck, I'll do 4. I'll do 2 ounces. I'll do bare knuckle. Like,
I wasn't aware of that. Because I know that he can handle this.
So what do you want? 10 ounce? 8 ounce? What do we want?
If he once said that, I wasn't aware of that.
No, the 12 ounce came from your guys' side.
No,
and I did. On God. Perfect. Then what do you want? 10?
No, I didn't say that.
So 10 ounces?
It don't matter to me.
Perfect. It doesn't matter then. So back to what I always wanted, which was 10 ounces. Great.
You just made something. It don't matter. You just made something. I didn't know. Because you fight in 10, he's fighting 8.
Yeah. Your guys' side.
I'm like,
I can show the emails and screenshots.
I get
you guys ask for 12 ounces.
It's part of negotiation.
No, let's do it. 10 ounces, 8. Let's do it. That's great. That's going to make it more exciting for the fans. Thank God. I wanted 10s really bad. Let's do it.
Dana White didn't mince words when discussing Jake Paul's matchmaking strategy, openly criticizing him for choosing opponents far outside his size or competitive class and urging him to fight somebody his own size. White noted that when Paul faced someone of comparable size and ability, he came up short, reinforcing the idea that these mismatches harm the sport's credibility. Sharing his blunt thoughts on the highly anticipated bout between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis, White called the matchup severely unbalanced. He acknowledged that while Davis hits much harder, his smaller frame makes it unrealistic for him to knock out Paul due to the significant size difference. According to White, Paul's weight and physical advantages mean that although Davis has the skills, his chances of scoring a knockout are slim because he'll struggle to get inside and impose his will.
Gervonta Davis. It's like who do you got? You guys need to fight guys your fucking same size. You know what I mean?
Straight up
when you fought Floyd, you are massive. You're a massive fucking dude. Floyd's tiny. And I'm sure when you were training, you're like, all right, I'm going to hit this guy with a couple punches and grab him, tie him up. And he did hit you with a fucking bomb of an overhand right one time. And you fucking ate it. You ate that punch.
Logan's like proud of it. He's like, yeah, I did. Oh, yeah, I ate that punch from 140 pounders. You're damn right, dude. Now, granted, it's Floyd Mayweather, but you're still 200 pounds off. You know what I mean? This is why, and I agree with Dana on this is why the Gervonta fight makes no sense. Because even, yes, Floyd didn't have the punching power Gervonta had. But even if Gervonta lands, I don't see him hurting Jake to the point he knocks him out. So what are we even doing? Where's the idea of this gonna, where's the idea that Gervonta's even gonna hurt him? He may hurt him to the body, whatever. Jake doesn't want to throw as much, but I don't see him one punch knocking Jake out. And, the same thing was kind of said with Logan. Like, okay, Floyd probably won't knock him out, but probably gonna outbox him. I get where Dana's coming from.
These things are not meant to be competitive fights. They're meant to make money. And to, I guess, scratch that itch of the circus mystery unknown.
And Gervonta, I think, hits way harder than fucking Floyd, but he's too small. I mean, the brother's going to be able to, get inside on him, put his weight on him, tie him up. But I don't hate you. Your brother's out there doing his thing. But it cracks me up if they want to start suing people that are talking shit when your brother talks more shit than anybody.
I think the thought process behind it is, okay, so Jake and I are obviously pretty polarizing individuals, and when an echo chamber starts, and a rumor mill starts of like staged fight bullshit, which like these fights aren't staged, that's just, at that level it's like almost impossible. I think they think that it affects the business and it affects the brand because people discredit him as actually having legitimate bouts.
According to recent reports, Gervonta Davis has been increasing his body weight during training camp and is now reportedly walking around at close to 160 pounds, despite never officially weighing more than the lightweight limit of 135 pounds. This move brings him nearer to the catchweight agreed upon for his exhibition bout against Jake Paul, narrowing the gap and potentially reducing one of Paul's key advantages. The added size could enhance Davis's punch resistance and power, making him a more formidable and unpredictable opponent. By bulking up, he may be better equipped to absorb heavier shots and deliver stronger counterattacks, shifting the dynamic of the fight. Although still below the catchweight limit, the weight gain signals that Davis is taking the challenge seriously and preparing to showcase a stronger, more versatile version of himself.
Gervonta Tank Davis, it's my prediction that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to weigh in on the night of the fight against Jake Paul, knocking on 160 pounds. Don't be surprised if he's 157 pounds or something like that. You guys see this footage? Look at Tank. Now, if you know what you're looking at, the guy must be around 150 right now, 153, something like that. And you can really tell when he's sideways. When you look at him sideways, you see the depth. See, from the front view, you can't really tell. But when he turns sideways, the guy is a wrecking ball. He's literally a baby rhino out there. And I think that is the idea for him to bulk up and be a little powerhouse out there. And I'm all for it. I'm going to tell you in this video why I think that's the best thing for Tank and why I think he will be knocking on 160 pounds.
Most boxing experts believe that when Jake Paul steps into the ring with Gervonta Davis, he's in for a harsh reality check. They emphasize that Davis isn't just powerful, he has spent years honing his craft against top-level opposition, mastering spacing, timing, footwork, and fight IQ. While Paul is still refining his skills, Davis's precision is so sharp that a single well-placed shot could completely change the course of the fight. Meanwhile, Paul's defense remains unpolished, his reactions are often predictable, and his ring intelligence is largely untested at this elite level. Seasoned professionals insist that the gap in skill and experience between the two fighters isn't just wide, it could prove to be the decisive factor in the outcome.
Tank Davis look crazy, bro. Gervonta Tank Davis hitting a heavy bag in preparation for his Jake Paul fight November 14th down there in Florida. Man looks absolutely amazing. Man looks like a monster. Man looks like precision. Jake Paul cannot take those body shots. You mean to tell me somebody who done fought UFC fighters and a man with Parkinson's disease can take a body punch from Gervonta Tank Davis and y'all basing y'all logic just because Jake Paul is big? No, Tank's gonna go ahead and put this man to sleep. I'm telling y'all that right now. If Tank don't put this man to sleep, he done let the black community down, he done let boxing down, and he ain't never been that nice. You Tank fans, y'all trying to give him a pass. If y'all said Tank is as skilled as y'all say he is, if he does not put Jake Paul to sleep and stop Jake Paul, his boxing career is absolutely void. He already don't care about legacy. And just imagine he don't knock out Jake Paul, and now y'all want to say it's not a real fight, it's an exhibition. No, we're not giving no passes, bro. This Gervonta Tank Davis. He needs to put Jake Paul to sleep. I don't want to hear nothing about Oh, Jake Paul too big. No. Jake Paul chin ain't never been tested by somebody that hit as hard as Gervonta Tank Davis. Tank should put this man to sleep with ease. I'll say that respectfully. If you don't put him to sleep,
A 2-pack of ass. That shit's big.
that's a 2-pack of ass at the highest level. And it's a musty energy at the highest level. Get it together. Get it together. Tank looks amazing. That's the Chilaquiles. Chilaquiles.
Teddy Atlas believes that Gervonta Davis is as close to a complete fighter as boxing has today. He praises Tank not only for his devastating power and finishing ability but also for his counterpunching instincts, his ability to set traps, his control of distance, and his mental toughness inside the ring. Atlas views Davis as patient when necessary, deliberate in his movements, and always thinking 2 steps ahead, never relying solely on brute strength. In his opinion, these qualities make Davis the one elite lightweight who possesses all the tools needed to potentially defeat someone like Jake Paul, whose style is still developing and whose record has yet to show true technical mastery.
A real boxer, with that was against Fury's, Tommy Fury, but it wasn't that level, obviously, and all the size things were just rightfully pointed out. But he would have been in there with, it seemed crazy. You're going to go in there with a guy who's a 2-time heavyweight champ and a gold medalist? Wow. Even though the guy's, at a twilight part of his career, still.
And you've given a lot of credit and props to Jake Paul on this show of helping get more eyeballs to the sport, but the way he takes it serious and goes about his coaching work to the spread, that he does take it seriously. With that being said, when you announce Tank Davis, I'm getting tired of these gimmick fights and him loading the deck up. Whether it was Chavez Jr. or old Mike Tyson, or you could go on and on with some of the UFC guys and the great Anderson Silva at 46 years of age. Tank Davis, great fighter, current fighter, world champion. You know how good he is. Been the top 10 pound-for-pound guy for you for the last few years now. But he's 5'5" and 135 pounds. This sounds like it would be a 195-pound fight, an exhibition. Didn't count on the records. Not a whole lot of other details other than it will be in November. It sounds like in Atlanta. But I said enough. I just want to hear your take. What do you make of this news? Jake Paul, Tank Davis.
But. Back in the day, I loved the 18. But I love the old time fighters who were catchweights. And there was guys like Sam Langford. I didn't say do some discussion, but I mean, where Sam Langford beat heavyweight. He fought from lightweight to heavyweight and beat heavyweight. I mean, they're back in the day when you had a lot of great fighters fight each other in catchweights. You did have some smaller guys fight bigger guys. And you had them. You had success in spots. So I'm half with tongue in cheek, but I'm half serious because I've been in the boxing business for 50 years.
Luke Thomas has also shared his perspective on the highly anticipated Showdown, acknowledging Gervonta Davis's explosive power and elite finishing instincts but noting a surprising lack of enthusiasm from the champion during press conferences and promotional events. According to Thomas, Davis appeared disengaged, his body language suggesting detachment, as if he viewed the fight less as a serious athletic challenge and more as a business transaction. Thomas cautioned that underestimating Jake Paul's motivation and preparation could be risky, emphasizing that even though Davis is the superior boxer on paper, his apparent disinterest might give Paul an unexpected psychologica.